Okay, I'm going to wrap it up this December the 8th, 2016. We had another good day. We came into the E-mini saying it was okay to sell failure to get through the 35 area right here, 35, 36. It did produce a trade of sorts, but we really like the long side of the market. And starting about 10 this morning, we just said, get a trade on just like we did yesterday and hang on to it. We're going higher. And we had a 39 to 44 was our second sell band, and you can see we got stops above 45. I think we're headed above 2250 and then eventually 2300, especially with the Dow headed for 20,000. That number is so close on the Dow, they're not going to let this get by them without pushing it through 20,000. It's just the way that it is. So retest failure trade here off the top. Another retest failure trade in congestion. Very, very quiet markets. Market did nothing until those two when it broke out this afternoon. So again, there's just not a lot of volatility. We deal with 6 to 8 handle trading ranges for the first hour, 2 hours, and then the market breaks and heads higher. The sentiment is to the long side. Okay, what will the F1 screen show? We've got a higher low and a higher high. It's going to show find a place to buy it. And I'm going to fold K right back in, so that's your new split. Do an I split or an L split, excuse me. Find a place to buy it. Looking at the F2 screen. Profit taking at the end of the day. We see that. Usually M and N is when we get the moves, but it can happen in J or K. We have the high in JK, and then the market peels back. Long as we stay above 2213.75, this market can trade higher. So on the buy side, we had a low today of just below 29 in the YA off the news, and then we hit the lows 31. So we're at 39. First buy is going to be 34.36. Second buy is going to be 31 to 29. On the sell side, sell failure to take out 44.46 and 49.51. But the Trump rally continues, and it's based on a change in sentiment. We've seen the consumer confidence numbers go up. Economy is a state of mind when it's all said and done. The willingness to take risk, the belief that the future will get better, and we've seen a huge shift in sentiment since Trump has won. And if you wanted to pick a day for the stock market to peak, I would say it's 12/31. This one we'll see the high in the stock market, or potential high. Then we have all that pension money that comes into the markets in January. What are you going to do with that? Invest it. So that adds to the buying too. So it's not saying the market goes straight up forever, but I don't see anything right now that says that it's got any selling. Today's news from the ECB, their quantitative easing program is extended through December the 17th, albeit at lower numbers after March. Outside day on the 10-year note, trading range. Get F2. If I can find it. There we go. Got a P, but it came off the lows. It came off this morning's news. So my guess is we probably have buyers tomorrow. We're at 14, so we're going to put 5 to 9, kind of where we were this morning. And then 29 to 01 for buy 2. On the sell side, we really are where we were this morning. Raised it up a little bit. Sell 1, 27.31. Sell 2. Now, one of the things that we all are wired the same. We all think the same way. We all react pretty much the same way unless we're trained to do differently. And when you're out talking to people, when I go out, I just like to, all walks, all runs of life, how's business? What's going on? How do you feel about the election? Are you going to change any of the things that you do because of the election? Are you going to do something now that you wouldn't have done before? If so, what? And they're just good ways to shoot the bull, and you don't have to come out and, are you for Hillary or were you for Donald Trump? And but you can just kind of get a sense. And the more people that you talk to that are optimistic, then that ought to reinforce your feelings that, perhaps the economy can take off next year. The sentiment numbers came out, showed that the Caucasians in our U.S. population, their optimism has jumped a great deal, and for the blacks it's gone down. I didn't see any numbers on the Hispanics or Asians or the rest of it, but in talking to my black friends at the gym, no one was for Trump, but they were even more against Hillary, which I thought was pretty different. Seeing how that vote is pretty solid. And right now they're just think things can get a little bit better, but they're pretty close to the best with it. They're not jumping with joy, so to speak. So for the most part, maybe still thinking that Trump's election is bad from their viewpoint. Okay, 16 to 20 is our first little band of support. This market is trying to sell. You can see it in the congestion area. Last rotate up and in stopped at 29. L stopped at 03. We're currently at 24, so 28 to the buck. You could easily make it 150 to 04. Number 1. 3 to 7 catches where resistance is, sell 1. 15 to 19, sell 2. Gold very quiet today. Didn't get much in the way that the longer term direction of gold still trying to sell. Inside day, that implies trading range tomorrow. Didn't have a lot of action. And looking at the F2 on gold, definitely a B, trying to trade lower. But nobody's falling over themselves to get short, so we're going to make 71.69 buy 1, 65.67 buy 2. On the sell side, 75 is resistance, so stops above 75, 75, 77, sell 1, 79 to 81, sell 2. Okay, crude oil, 51.50, 52.50 is resistance, and 49.50, 50 is support. Inside day today, so not much help there. Definitely a P trading up. So we rejected prices below 50. We've got stops above 51, and then stops above 51.50. So 51, 51 and a quarter, sell 1. 51.50, 51.75, sell 2. The surprise stories come to the upside. For staying power, you get you get negative headlines to whip the OPEC members into line, but the shorts don't last too long. So 50, 50 and a quarter, buy 1. Might take a 50 to get into. That would be right in the middle of the range. Not a lot of advantage there, right? And then 49.50, 49.75 by 2. Okay, on the euro, headed lower. Stops below 0.6, eventually below 105. Still my feeling. Huge day today. I mean, Draghi can move this market 2 to 3 points, and we see those. And that phenomenon right there comes when Draghi picks up the map. Outside day, but we did finish weak in the market. Sure, we're going to look at nothing but B's with multiple lower distributions. So 621, last rotate up was 33, so we'll make 30 to 40, sell 1. 60 to 70, sell 2. 590 to 106, even buy 1. 575 by 2. And that's it for this December the 8th, 2016. I will see you bright and early in the morning. Y'all have a great evening. We're topping out today around 30 degrees, give or take. And all the talk around here, it's the most important game in the AFC. The Raiders and Kansas City, and all they're talking about is how cold this is going to be at the game. Imagine those guys know how to handle it. Y'all have a great evening. I'll see you bright and early in the AM.